Welcome back. I am SlimmDa KID. Thank you for tuning in to this Round 2 Wrestling podcast here on the 4th of October, 2022. It's hard to believe that it's already October. We've been giving you Round 2 Wrestling ever since January and want to thank you immensely for tuning in each and every week for a brand new podcast. We're going to do things a little bit differently this week. In between every single round, I'm going to ring the bell just like you would hear in a typical wrestling match. This will indicate the end of whatever subject it is that we're on, and we will move on to the next one. So here we go. Here on Round 2 Wrestling, we like to kick things off by taking a listen to the rumor mill. Alright, Wrestling Observer Newsletter reports WWE talking about promoting Gigi Dolan and JC Jane to the main roster. Per Fightful Select, sources close to the promotion claim WWE has 3 new title belt designs and are, quote, in hand by WWE, waiting to be debuted. We announced here on Round 2 Wrestling not too long ago that Triple H, aka Paul Levesque, was interested in making changes across the board, and that included making some title changes. This particular rumor seems to confirm what we originally said several weeks ago, but once again, this is just a rumor. Once the actual title belts have been shown, we will be sure to make this rumor actual news. Former New Japan Pro Wrestling wrestler Carl Fredericks was spotted at the WWE Performance Center earlier this week, per Fightful. WrestleVotes was told Finn Balor is a, quote, strong favorite in WWE's new regime and, quote, big plans are lined up for him going forward. Finn Balor is also a favorite among fans. It would be nice to see them push this particular wrestler seriously, because not only is Finn popular, but his alter ego is even more popular. And whether or not WWE chooses to utilize it in some way more positive than they did the first time he was around has yet to be seen. AEW immediately offered free agent Bandito a contract following AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite last week, per Wrestling Observer. Sources at Warner Brothers told Fightful the company reached out to Cody Rhodes several times about staying in AEW before Rhodes ultimately left for WWE. This also includes his wife, Brandy Rhodes. According to Paul Davis, AEW wrestler Andrade El Idolo is, quote, serious about leaving the promotion. Cryptic tweets seem to confirm Idolo's intentions. Per Wrestling Observer Radio, Brock Lesnar's next opponent in WWE may be UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier. Lesnar has not wrestled in WWE since his loss to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. Alright, no more rumors to discuss, but we are going to jump over to pro wrestling news. AEW adds another wrestler to its roster. Rush is officially all elite and has signed a multi-year deal. Japanese wrestling great Antonio Inoki passed away at the age of 79. Inoki helped found the promotion New Japan Pro Wrestling in 1972. His most famous match took place June 26, 1976, against boxing legend and Hall of Famer Muhammad Ali in a rare boxer versus wrestler match. For those of you who have the time and would wish to see Antonio Inoki, he actually released a final message that has been translated into English, and it is available to see on YouTube. If you would like to pay your respects, as I did, I took the time to watch this particular video. I'm not going to divulge any of the details surrounding this video, but will say that it is worth your time to watch. Once again, we here at Round 2 Wrestling are saddened to hear about the passing of this great Japanese cultural icon. Wrestling Hall of Famer Ricky the Dragon Steamboat officially returning to the ring for the Dragon's final match, November 27th, in a 6-man tag match. Steamboat will team with AEW's FTR while taking on the team of Jay Lethal, Brock Anderson, and a mystery opponent. Brian Alvarez reports on Wrestling Observer Live that AEW owner Tony Khan never had plans for Ring of Honor and purchased it only because WWE and several others were interested in the promotion as well. As time goes on, this particular bit of news seems to be coming to the light more and more, and it is sort of evident that Tony Khan does not know or have the right sources to do anything with Ring of Honor at this point, other than throw together a pay-per-view once in a while. But the 2 pay-per-views that he has held has been heavily laden with his own AEW wrestler. It is rumored that Tony Khan is working on a Ring of Honor television contract with Warner Bros. Discovery, but nothing has come to light and no announcements have been made at the time of this broadcast. Impact Wrestling in recent weeks has seen a boost in interest, and Impact producer/coach and former WCW and WWE wrestler Lance Storm agrees, saying on Twitter, "Anyone who gives us 4 weeks of their time will realize we have a great in-ring product." End quote. MLW Heavyweight Champion Alex Hammerstone has held the MLW Heavyweight title for over a year now, defending it 7 times. This is second only to Jacob Fatu and his astounding 819-day title reign as MLW Heavyweight Champion. All right, that concludes the pro wrestling news. We are going to jump over to a new segment, and new in name only. I used to refer to this part of the show as the results portion of Round 2 Wrestling. I have redubbed it Title Matches. These are all the title matches that I could find that took place over the past week and weekend, and we here at Round 2 Wrestling are proud to give you the results, who won and who lost, and that will happen now here on Round 2 Wrestling. AEW World Champion Jon Moxley defeated Juice Robinson to retain the AEW World Championship. AEW Interim Women's World Champion Toni Storm defeated Serena Deeb to retain the AEW Interim Women's title. Ring of Honor World Champion Chris Jericho defeated Bandito to retain the Ring of Honor World title. AEW World Tag Team Champions The Acclaim defeated Private Party and the team of Butcher and Blade to retain the AEW Tag Team titles. Ring of Honor 6-man Tag Team Champions Dalton Castle and the Boys defeated Primal Fear to retain the Ring of Honor 6-man tag titles. Impact Digital Media Champion Brian Myers defeated Crazy Steve to retain the Impact Digital Championship. NWA Women's World Champion Camille defeated Max the Impaler to retain the NWA Women's title. New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion Fred Rossier defeated TJ Perkins to retain the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship. IWGP Tag Team Champions FTR defeated Aussie Open to retain the IWGP Tag Team titles. All right, that is it for title matches. Not a lot was on the line this past week and weekend. Just like we've said in previous episodes, pro wrestling is a fickle sport and comes in waves. There are times when every title seems to be on the line, and then there are other times where it seems like nobody wants to defend their title. This week happened to be a slower week, but I predict next week to be a bit busier, especially with Impact having a pay-per-view this weekend. Be sure to tune in to your local provider for details. All right, we are coming up to the end of this new episode of Round 2 Wrestling, and we will conclude our episode, like we always do, by talking about Did You Know Facts. Did you know are little bits of information and facts about the wrestling world that you may or may not have known about. Did you know Kerry Von Erich was originally chosen to play Ivan Drago in Rocky IV? He had a hard time remembering his lines, however, and was ultimately passed over. A quick note, when I was looking up this particular fact, I also quickly realized that Ivan Drago does not have a ton of lines in Rocky IV, which kind of leads me to believe that his acting probably had more to do with him not getting the part as opposed to his inability to remember his lines. Did you know Ric Flair holds the record for most U.S. title reigns with 6 in his illustrious career? Did you know Chris Kanyon gave Brock Lesnar his first WWF loss back in 2001? Did you know the final match at ECW Arena took place December 23rd, 2000? The main event was Sandman versus Justin Credible versus Steve Corino. Did you know WWE paid $3 million to acquire the American Wrestling Association's video library owned by Vern Gagne? Did you know Sid Vicious only competed in 2 WrestleManias? WrestleMania 8 and WrestleMania 13 were the WrestleManias he competed in. He competed in the main event matches for both Manias. Did you know the first WWF title defense took place January 25th, 1963 in New Haven, Connecticut? WWF champion Buddy Rogers defeated Bobo Brazil. Did you know a dream match between Sting and The Undertaker, aka Mark Calloway, actually happened in WCW in 1990, right before The Undertaker would debut in WWF? Did you know AEW wrestler Jon Moxley is the first wrestler to win both the WWE US Championship and the IWGP US Championship? Did you know Hall of Famer Harley Race's first in-ring name was Jack Sherman? Did you know AEW's Saraya, or Saria, however you want to pronounce it, is the first and only woman to be WWE and NXT champion simultaneously? Did you know before Ted Turner's WCW came to life in 1988, another Australian promotion used the name from 1964 until 1978? WCW in Australia was run by promoter Jim Barnett. All right, that is the conclusion of Round 2 Wrestling. I am SlimmDa KID, and once again, I personally want to thank you for tuning in to this broadcast. Please tune in next Tuesday as I bring you more news, more title matches, and more rumors from the world of professional wrestling. Round 2 Wrestling is brought to you by SlimmDa KID and Spreaker.com.